And welcome back to Block TV, time for Cryptonomics. And over the last 48 hours, we have been witnessing the beautiful green pastures of a green chart, one can say. And I'm talking, of course, about 2 days of across-the-board price increases. And to help us make sense of it, I'm joined in studio by eToro's senior market analyst, Mati Greenspan. Mati, more than $5 billion added to the total market cap. Volumes are surging. Prices are up. Everybody's happy. What is the mood, actually? Phil, let's start with you. What's the mood on the crypto desk at eToro in the last couple of days?
Yeah, incredibly optimistic. Yep. Everybody likes it when prices go up.
Clearly, but do we think this is a trend now to for the next coming days, weeks, or we should be cautious about this?
Yes, definitely be cautious. Crypto assets in general are a high-risk space. So caution is always advised, and make sure to diversify your investments among cryptos and other assets as well.
I mean, you know, when we were sitting here,
Yes.
and at the time of taping this, Bitcoin crossed that psychological barrier of 4,000
Yes.
to 420. It's already back, I think, at 3.9 something. But do we think that this is the time where we'll pass that psychological number?
Okay, so 4,000 on the charts has not been incredibly significant. I mean, it is a big round number.
Right.
What's more significant is 5,000, because that is the psychological barrier. 5,500 is the one that got crossed in November, that everybody got, you know, all that panic selling. And if you look at it back, even if you go back to the 2017 bull run, you know, 5,000, 5,500, that was the really significant level.
And why do you think this is happening? I mean, we were theorizing over the course of the past couple of days that it was that JP Morgan announcement, maybe. I love that. Or, I don't know.
Jamie Dimon wishes.
Jamie Dimon wishes. Okay. Chinese New Year. One of our traders said that. What do you think it is?
Okay, so it's actually pretty clear that Ethereum is the one leading this movement. This whole thing started with a spike on Sunday morning. The spike was then reversed pretty quickly, but Ethereum was the first to spike.
Right.
It was the last to, the spike basically was retraced pretty quickly, but Ethereum was the last to retrace. And then after the retracement, Ethereum continued on upward throughout the afternoon. And then by the evening, the other cryptos started to join. And then, you know, by midnight, we had full-blown rally on our hands into the Asian session.
And why do you think Ethereum, you know, was experiencing this bull run? We think it's Constantinople.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, Constantinople is actually an effect of what's happening.
Yeah.
So Ethereum produces around 20 to 30,000 new Ether coins per day. And lately, that supply has been tapering off. On Sunday, it reached an all-time low of about 13,000. So that's pretty significant that there's a lot less supply. Demand, however, remains constant. You still have the same level of people using the network, developers, and people interacting with their smart contracts. So you have a vast reduction in supply, a vast reduction in supply, and demand is constant. Prices go up. Rest of the market caught whiff of that, and everybody got excited.
Okay, predictions, because I know, you know what,
Yeah.
You walked in here smiling. You're like, okay, we're optimistic. How high can this go?
To the moon.
Obviously, but still,
within the realm of possibility.
Within the realm of possibility, you know, I'm gonna make it easier on you within the next 2 months.
Okay, so it should be noted that we still are in a bear market. We haven't seen an indication that that bear market is over, and we have seen these kind of strong rallies within the bear market before that have turned and fizzled out into nothing. What's great to note is the volumes across global exchanges are at a high today. We reached about $36 billion in volumes, whereas on February 8th, that number was around 14 billion, right? So we've more than doubled off the lows, and these volumes haven't been seen since around April, during the first bounce, right, off of the lows. So a movement on strong volumes, that's great. I mean, everybody's happy, and you know, you can see it everywhere within the industry. People are smiling in the eToro office, and
that's a very smooth way to get out of my prediction question.
Thank you very much. I'm good at pivoting. If you noticed.
You just pivoted. Still, no prediction.
Okay, so I generally don't make price predictions, as you know. What I would like to see in order for sentiment to change is a clear break above, $5,000 for Bitcoin, or Bitcoin's 200-day moving average, which is around $5,000, and not just a little Peter break and then retrace. I want to see a strong breakout, and that could change sentiment.
Okay, and would you say that this is a good time for new investors to enter the market? And if so, how should they do this?
With caution, yes.
Okay.
So we spoke also last time I was here about asymmetrical risk, and I think that this is one of the great things that excites people who are more into traditional finance and portfolio managers, because they can use this as a tool to hedge their portfolio.
Right.
Whereas you have a limited risk on the downside, right? If you're buying something, you can go down a maximum of 100%, right? Whereas on the upside, there's potential for 10x, 20x, and we've seen this type of movements. And so the key to dealing with a high-risk asset like that is as a very small percentage of your overall portfolio. So if you have a portfolio that you're investing in stocks and bonds and index funds and ETFs, you can place 3% to maybe 10% of that into a more high-risk asset like cryptos, and that way you'll balance yourself out, reduce your risk.
Reduce your risk. Mati Greenspan, eToro's senior market analyst. Thank you so much for being with us. As we said, we are in the green pastures. You're happy, but cautious.
Indeed.
Indeed. Thank you. That was it for us. We, of course, will be right back. Don't forget to check us out, BLOCKTV, on every social platform you have, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram. Send us questions. We answer. We'll be right back.